Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all amplitudes and boost levels, what the drop-off fairy has brought to us today is a small thing, but sometimes tiny can be mighty. And in our tiny but mighty segment today, we have the Klark CK1 mic booster. This is not revolutionary in the industry, but the price point is. This device is designed to take a microphone that doesn't hear from very far away. For instance, a bass microphone, one used for kick drums, a Sennheiser 902 or 604 or 602, those kinds of microphones. And through the power of 48 volts, which means you would probably need your standard mixing board or interface, audio interface, to make it happen. It will, also known as phantom power for you, people who are not professionals. You will raise the level of the microphone to be able to be a vocal mic. And usually the most famous microphone that you'll see is the Shure SM7, which is, let's just say it's Joe Rogan's podcast microphone. Those mics that you see have to have mic boosters or inline amplifiers to allow them to be hearing the human voice at the level that you're hearing it. Otherwise, you stick that thing in a kick drum and it sounds like a friggin' dream. It's a really great kick drum mic that Michael Jackson actually used first in the Thriller album to record his voice, and then people started using it for vocal applications after that because he looked at the design specs and thought, hey, let's give it a shot. And the rest is, all those albums later, he sold history. So the thing that this thing brings to the market that everyone should know about, and since I've gotten my batch of them, my stack of them, my stash, I'll let you in on it, is that it does what the most famous version of this is called the Cloud Lifter. This does what the Cloud Lifter does for 1/3 the price. That's it. It's that simple. It brings your mic from a particular line level to a different line, to a different level in dBs, in decibels. So we're going to just slide on in here and slide on in here and see what we got. We have, as is the industry standard, your typical books and shit. It's a small little guide. Pluck it to the side. We have a robust piece of foam that you can probably use for something else at some point later. And we have the gym itself. That's it. That's all it is. Now, the one thing that I like about the Klark version is that it's the color of most microphones. It's not blue, it's not orange, it's not bright red like the Dynamite thing is. And so it actually blends into your setup. Imagine that. It's very heavy. Like, you would not throw this at somebody. You'd be fighting right after that and maybe knock them out. So, but it's XLR in, XLR out. It's just right into your line. You can hook a cable into your microphone, put this inside and put another cable, or you can plug this right into the board, or you can plug it directly into the microphone. I wouldn't suggest that because because of the leverage on it, you wouldn't want anything to happen. But just somewhere in your line, use 2 cables, and Bob's your uncle. Then you are using microphones at a much higher level. And for you to have already, the SM7 is usually a $400 microphone. For you to add $30 to it, as opposed to another $120 to it, to put yourself in a position where you got a $520 microphone, you really want one of these. And especially if you're trying to do podcasting, you're doing several mics. You're not trying to add $500-$600 if you have to have 4 or 5 microphones to your setup. So Klark Booster, the CT1, and they actually have some of these that have 2 in a row in one box. It's great. Look up Klark Teknik, and it's spelled the German way with a K at the end. So you're really going to do yourself a favor, and you can get out there, not worry about it, and make some art.